Hey guys, Max92. Welcome back to the Reading Journal. This is the Reading Journal for June 2021. This is another short list again, mostly because my comics still kind of aren't coming frequently, and I'm pretty much only reading the manga box books. But I'm trying to read more. I have read more, because it is July now, so I have read at least one book with less pictures in it for July, so look forward to that next month. But this month, got 4. Got Days of Fez, Volume 1, Undead Unluck, Volume 1, After School Hanako-kun, Volume 1, and Heroes Reborn, issue number 2. So, that is what we will be talking about. We'll start from the top of that. So, Days of Fez, it's pretty much about, like, people going to a music festival. It's, these sort of 4 characters. You've got 2, like, high school girls, and then one of the girls' older brother, who runs I think it's a coffee shop, and then his employee. So those are your 4 main characters, and you have 2 festivals. The girls go to a festival, and then the boys go to a festival. So, and then it sets up them all going to a festival together in Volume 2, but we don't get to see that in this volume. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's pretty chill, it's relaxing, there's not, like, emotional strife. It's not, super, like, deep and brooding. It's light, content-wise. It's really just about enjoying live music. I think this one would be a really good one to get an anime adaptation at some point, because it's about going to music festivals, and I just don't think that totally works in a book, because you're only getting part of the experience. I think it would work a lot better if this was more than just visual. So, like, I think it would be really cool to get an anime adaptation of it, because I did actually like this, and I don't know if I would buy a second volume or not, I'm not sure, but I think I might go and try and seek out more of this one. So, the second book is Undead Unluck. So, this is a book, it's like a shonen manga, it's in Shonen Jump, about this dude who can't die, and this girl who causes deadly accidents to anyone she makes physical contact with. And it's, it's interesting. I think it does too much in terms of world building. Like, I don't think that this needs all that it does. It has, like, some secret organization and, some secret society of people with these special abilities, and there can only be so many, or it's got some convoluted rules that I don't think are necessary. But at the same time, like, setting something like this in a modern time, in, like, a realistic world the way it does, you have to sort of make up reasons for them to be, like, on the run or whatever. It's not that I don't like it, I just think that maybe with a different setting or time period, the concept could work better, because I just think that the conflict that it's set up is unnecessary. Like, it just feels like something I've kind of seen before. I don't know. I did kind of like it. It was a fun little thing. It's definitely more like, it's got, like, innuendo, and it's a bit more mature content-wise, because, like I mentioned, physical contact with this girl is how she makes her, like, deadly accidents happen. And this dude who can't die is, like, trying to die or solve the problems, and it takes physical contact, and the sort of more extreme the physical contact is, the more extreme the deadly accident is, or whatever. It's kind of silly, but it's funny. Like, it's definitely like funny silly, not like silly. So I would think I'd like this with a different setting and maybe a different conflict, because I just think the justification they have for putting them on the run in sort of a realistic modern society just doesn't work as well, in my opinion. But yeah, thought it was alright. So now we're moving on to After School Hanako-kun. This is a spin-off of, I think it's Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, which is a manga that I have not read. Maybe I should have, but this is sort of like very short mini comics in a spin-off of it. Like, they're sort of like little miniature stories about the characters rather than having any sort of overarching narrative. I thought it was fun. It's definitely for I feel like it's for a younger audience. The content marker on the back here says teen, but I think, like, with the characters being like, some of the characters are like 11 and 12. The lead is 11 and 12, though he is a ghost. I think it's skewed for like young teens / preteens, like people from like 10 to 13, whereas this is marked teen, but I think it's more like 15 plus. I think this is just kind of for younger kids. I'm 23 now, so it's just, it's entirely possible for someone my age to enjoy something like this, especially if they've read the source material. But me, personally, I think this is just for people significantly younger than me, and it's a spin-off of something that I haven't read. And it's not that I didn't enjoy it. There's some fun parts, some fun characters, some funny moments. But, like, it's just not for me. I don't have a lot of opinions on it. It's got really nice art. Like, the art is really good. But it's just not for me. And that's fine. So we'll get to the last thing for today, which is Here's Reborn issue 2. I read this a while ago. I don't remember a lot of it, but it's not really advancing the plot so much as it is giving you Hyperion's sort of motivations. He's a Superman type, and it's kind of cliche to take the Superman-esque character and just make him more brutal or whatever. This is, I feel like it's intended to showcase him as like a hypocrite in a sense, that he's like kind of ultra-violent in the name of the United States. He's definitely a criticism of some kind, but like his alter ego is like a middle school teacher or something. Like, it is what it is. It's definitely intended to like show him as a complex kind of villain, being that like he is one of the things that is out of place from a regular universe. Like, he's one of the things that is different about this universe. So like, it's interesting that Hulk comes back. Hulk sort of remembers the other universe. That's an interesting bit. The fact that, in the like epilogue-ish story, because there are sort of two stories here. There's one story focused on Hyperion, where he's sort of the protagonist, and then there's a second story that's much shorter that basically just shows you that Blade got Captain America Steve Rogers out of the ice, because in the previous issue he had gone to the thing and been like, Captain America's still there. So there's not much to talk about in this issue, not as much as the first issue, just because it's so focused on telling this story, explaining basically who Hyperion is. yeah, I'm definitely... The second issue is not dragging me in as much. But I do have the third issue, so these aren't coming a month apart anymore. So that's nice. So hopefully I'll have more than one of them to talk about next month. Because it's kind of hard to talk about, 10 pages, 20 pages. Like, it's short. The most interesting thing that happens in here is Reed Richards advising against using the negative zone as a prison, because that is very out of character for Reed Richards. Reed Richards being the one who, in the first Marvel Civil War, uses the negative zone as a prison. A very different Reed Richards. But I kind of dig the sort of alternate universe stuff a bit. There's not a lot to talk about in this one. There's not a lot that happens in it. Especially in terms of pushing the story forward. Like, there's been one event that pushes that story forward. So, that is all of the books for this month. Again, here's hoping I'll actually read more next month. Yeah, I think I've talked as much as I can about everything today, which I guess leaves just doing the outro bits. Links in the description. Like, dislike, subscribe. I do this show every month. I do other shows every week. Other shows just periodically. Leave a comment. Have you read any of these? Are you reading Heroes Reborn? Have you finished Heroes Reborn? Because all the issues I believe are out now. I can actually check. Yeah, it's done. It's finished. So, hopefully, they will be here soon, because it ended like 2 weeks ago. Share the video if you want to share my reading adventures with other people. This is literally an excuse to read more, because I just don't read as much as I used to, so share with your friends, I guess. Do the things. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.